Greetings, boys and girls. In this video, we are going to actually be problem solving to find unknown angle measures. Now, it's very similar to what we've done before, but instead of just having some angles where we just see the angles, we are going to see our angles in the context of other geometric shapes. So we'll see triangles and rectangles, things of that nature. Let's get right into the first problem. Anna cut a square from a scrap to make a patch. What is the angle measure of the piece left over? So if we were confused as to what angle we are supposed to be looking at, they even tell us we're finding the measure of angle BAC. So I can draw it, BAC. Now they told me that this larger angle, DAC, okay, this one on the outside, that entire measure is 130 degrees. And I know that that is formed by two angles coming together. I have a right angle coming together. You can see my right angle right there. And my unknown BAC angle. So I'm going to put a question mark. So we know that 130 degrees is equal to 90 degrees plus our unknown angle. So what can I do to figure out the unknown angle? Well, I can subtract. I can subtract 90 from 130. And when I do that subtraction, I get 40. So therefore, my unknown angle measure is 40 degrees. Now, if you did not know that there was a right angle, they even told us that we had a square. Okay, so the fact that they let us know that we had a square, that was a good indication to me that I was going to be working with a right angle. Okay, because that's one of the things that makes a square a square. It has 4 right angles. Okay, let's get into problem number 2. Pablo cut a tile at the angle shown. At what angle is the first piece cut? Now, if I am confused as to what angle they want me to pay attention to, they have labeled it for me. We're finding the measure of angle LMN. So I'm finding this one that's not labeled. So they told me one of them is 115, and what do you notice? I don't have a right angle in my right over here, but I do notice that I have a straight angle, and we remember that the measure of a straight angle is 180 degrees. So if I add 115 degrees plus my mysterious angle that I don't know, that I'm trying to figure out, I will get 180. So if I add 115 plus this mysterious angle measure, I will get 180 degrees. So this is very similar to the problem we just did. To figure out our unknown angle measure, this time I am going to take the 180, which is the measure of a straight angle, and I'm going to subtract from it 115. Okay. I can't subtract 0 from 5, so I turn my 8 into a 7, and now I have 10 minus 5, which is 5. 7 minus 1 is 6. So my mysterious angle measure is 65 degrees. All right, let me give you an opportunity to jot that down. Okay, problem number 3. Cassie is cutting letters from rectangular sheets of paper. What is X? The measure of the angle of the piece she trimmed off. So this problem is very similar to the one we just did. We are given a straight angle right here, and then, you see I'm not doing a good job at tracing this line. I need to use a protractor. They give me this angle of 17, but I'm trying to find the other angle. Now, if you remember from some of the Math Antics videos we've watched, this angle X, it's a supplementary angle to 17 degrees because when you join this angle X and angle 17, they're going to form a straight angle, a 180 degree angle. So I'm going to give you a few moments to try and figure this out. I'll give you exactly 45 seconds. And then I'll come back and share with you what I did. All right, I hope you all had a chance to solve that. We would have been subtracting 180 minus 17 degrees, and that would have given us 163 degrees for angle X. All right, let's take a look at number 4. Walter combined 2 pieces of tile to fit a corner in his room. What is the measure of angle ECD? So I'm going to trace this. And I want to tell you guys why I do this. I trace these angles because I don't always know what angle I'm supposed to look at. Okay? But I want to direct my eyes to the angle I'm supposed to focus on. So I look at the letters and then I just trace that so I can see that particular angle. So we're trying to figure out the measure of angle ECD. Well, now they told us that one part of that is 50 degrees. The other one, they didn't tell us what it was, but they put a special symbol in it. Okay, we have that little box, the little square. Does anybody remember what that tells us? That's a right angle. So for the measure of angle ECD, I am going to be adding 50 plus my right angle measure, which is 90 degrees. And when I add 50 plus 90 degrees, I get 140 degrees. So the measure of angle ECD is 140. All right, let's take a look at another one. JC cut a fabric from a scrap. What is the angle measure of angle MKJ? Now, again, a great time when I want to go ahead and trace the angle so I'm focused on the right angle. I'm trying to figure that one out. Okay? Now, do they give me any information that I can use? Yes. Yes, they do. They tell me that this measure of angle MKL is 135. And I know that MKL has this mysterious MKJ plus a right angle. Okay? So the angle I don't know plus the right angle of 90 degrees is going to give us 135. So what can I do, again, to solve this? All right, I can subtract. 135 minus 90. And what do I get? 45 degrees. So my mysterious angle measure is 45 degrees. Okay. For number 6, I'm going to allow you guys to work on that one, and then we'll just see how you did. So I'll read it. Mark cut a rectangular piece of wood at the angle shown. What is the measure of SQP? All right, I'll give you 60 seconds. All right, hopefully we realized that PQR and SQP were supplementary angles. So that meant that if you combine their two angle measures, you would get 180 degrees. So from there, we knew we could take 180 degrees and subtract from it 140 degrees, and that would give us our mysterious angle measure of 40 degrees. Okay, boys and girls, you are now going to move on to the independent assignment on the next page.